With news that's coming in from the United States. A U.S. Navy veteran has been arrested for allegedly killing an Indian immigrant, engineer and wounding two others at a crowded sports bar. Adam Purinton is accused of killing Srinivas Kuchibhotla and wounding his co-worker Alok Madasani at the Garmin. The accused was arrested in Missouri after he told a bartender that he had shot two Middle Eastern men and needed a place to hide. A third man, Grillot, who was also shot when he tried to stop the gunman, said that even though the community is celebrating him as a hero, he only did what was humane. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has condemned the incident, expressing her shock. While the bereaved family is mourning their son's death in Hyderabad, the enraged Indian American community claims that such incidents are happening because of President Donald Trump and that he has blood on his hands. Meanwhile, the FBI is investigating whether the shooting could be a hate crime. Srinivas's wife, Sunaina Dumala, incidentally spoke at a press conference saying that the man who did this has taken away a very lovable soul. The whole family, predictably, is in a state of grief.
He was just enjoying his glass of beer to get off from his work stress. He has taken a life, a very lovable soul. I was always concerned, are we doing the right thing of staying in the United States of America? The government has to make sure that I can come back to this country at my will to pursue his dreams of me being successful.
कल दोपहर मेरा तीसरा भाई यूएस में रहता है. He has called me up at around 11 o'clock in the morning saying that he has been shot. Then one of his friend has confirmed at around 12:31 p.m. that he is no more. As of now, what I am seeing in the media is the only base which I can say, that a person has done some racist remarks saying that get out of my country. And my brother and his friend were only the persons whom he was targeting. He wanted to attack them in that crowded bar.
यूएस से उन्होंने 10 साल से आए, 206 से उन्हें 10 साल से वो उन्होंने उधरी एमटेक पढ़ा, बाद में उधरी नौकरी कर जॉब कर रहे, बाद में 212 में शादी हो गया, बाद वहाँ से उधरी आई, बीबी आई, उसका भाई और कजिन में सिस्टर है, उसके पास 16 का न्यू जर्सी में रहने वाला, ये लोग मिलके उधरी भाई. आज सुबह सुषमा स्वराज जी बात करा इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से लोगों से, ताना प्रेसिडेंट ये लोग इधर हैदराबाद आए, सब लोगों को थोड़ा हेल्प कर रहे हैं. 3-4 दिन में आता बोल के हम लोग को कोशिश कर रहे हैं. क्या बोलते हो, इधर फॉर्मेलिटीज होने के बाद बीच जाता बोल के बोल रहे लोगों.
I was just doing what anyone should have done for another human being. It's not about where he's from or his ethnicity. We're all humans. So I just felt I did what was naturally right to do. I was hit in the hand and the chest because initially I'd gotten under the table when he first started firing. I thought I heard 9 shots, expected his magazine to be empty. So I got up and proceeded to chase him down, try to subdue him so that way the police could come in and do what they needed to do. And I guess I miscounted and with everything going on, and I got behind him and he turned around and fired around at me.
You know, I might defer to the district attorney as well, since at this point we are in a charging stage to really cover the rules.
You know, as far as the motivation of this case and the facts surrounding it, you got to remember we're less than 24 hours in. There are investigators currently going out and still interviewing people. And so what we want to do is we want to be able to be sure of our facts versus speculation. And so we're not prepared at this point to talk about the particular facts of the case because this is still very fresh. There's a lot of people working the street. And quite frankly, it would be unethical for me to go into a lot of details based on Kansas law to discuss those details.
And breaking news now coming in, White House press secretary has spoken out on the Kansas shooting. and he says that it's absurd to correlate the incident to any rhetoric by President Donald Trump, or that generally it is in the present in the country. But any loss of life, he went on to add, is tragic. So that's the breaking news that we are getting to you, the statement there from the White House, where White House refusing to correlate, U.S. Press Secretary refusing to correlate the Kansas shootout with any statement that might be in a way related to what Donald Trump has had to say. So that is the U.S. Press Secretary there, who incidentally dodged a question, and he said that correlating the incident to President Trump is absurd. So strong rebuttal there coming in from the White House, but the U.S. Press Secretary, while on one hand trying to dodge the question that was posed by the media over there, trying to ask the U.S. authorities as to whether the Kansas shootout was a fallout of the rhetoric that we have seen, which has catapulted in America of late following President Donald Trump's policies and President Donald Trump's statements that he has made on multiple occasions in the run-up to his presidential election. We now see a strong statement coming in from the U.S. Press Secretary, where he says that correlating the incident to President Trump is absurd. But he's also gone on to add that any loss of life is indeed very tragic. So hardly any words of solace there for Indians who were wanting a strong word there coming in from the U.S. authorities. U.S. authorities, remember, had indicated that the investigations are on, but yesterday as well, they had refused to label this as a hate crime. But let's quickly listen into some other reactions that are coming in on this very unfortunate story.
At one level, it is a crazed individual who is expressing his own deep anxieties, his own deep prejudices. And therefore, one should not, I think, use this as an example to say that there is general or widespread racial hatred in the United States against Indians. I don't think that would be correct to do. At the same time, there is no denying that a head of government or a head of state can create an ethos in which such crimes take place.
A hate crime is described as a criminal act which has been committed on the basis of bias on race, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and so on. So, and if it is classified as a hate crime, it can be prosecuted as a federal crime, not just subject to the state laws. So that makes it that makes the investigation more seriously focused. So we hope that is the course that will be pursued. But we can only see how the law takes its course.
I'm just amazed that in my country, certain organizations celebrated the arrival of Donald Trump. And that tells you that xenophobia does not distinguish between religion. They celebrated when he was speaking about Muslims and Muslim countries. Now, who is the victim? Our Indian citizen. And this xenophobia has to be fought by the world community, by my government, by opposition parties, by everyone at a larger level.
बिल्कुल ये ट्रम्प इम्पैक्ट है और जिस तरह से वहाँ एक घृणा का माहौल बनता चला जा रहा है, जो भी वहाँ विदेशों से लोग आकर अमेरिका में बसे हैं या काम कर रहे हैं, ट्रम्प के लगातार चुनाव से लेकर अब तक जो उनका स्टैंड रहा है, उससे लोगों के दिलो दिमाग पर खास के जो अमेरिकन हैं उनको लग रहा है कि ये हमारा अधिकार इन्होंने छीन लिया है. तो इस तरह का माहौल बिगाड़ने में मैं समझता हूँ प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है.
I think government of India should take up these issues in a strong way with the government of United States of America, with the President Trump. This cannot go on like this. And already there is a very uncertainty for the future of thousands of Indian migrant workers in the United States of America. What government of India is going to do? Let Mr. Modi explain to the country what he is going to do.
He'll stop the entry of refugees into the country, ban visas, do everything to preserve jobs, not allow American companies to invest. So there is this kind of sentiment that is developing against foreigners. And what has happened is part of that. Not that President Trump wished it or his people wished it, but when an atmosphere gets created, then you always have these crazy people who think that now they can do what they want.
One thing I'm sure that this will not happen each day and each day. These are very isolated incidents. I don't think they will happen each and every day. But I want to appeal to all students, families who have gone to America. They should take a lot of precautions. These days things have changed because economically the world has just diminished.
Well, that continues to be a big focus here for all of us at NewsX.